Turn it up.
Dollar bets, yeah, we stack it up. Read the lines, read the signs, yeah, we back it up. From the court to the field, watch the money flex. Every play, every move, trying to cash some checks. No guessing, no stressing, just winners talk. Breaking down the odds every time we walk. Big games, big dreams, big bets tonight. From kickoff to buzzer, yeah, we locked in tight. If it's money on the line, we the best at that. Smart plays only, yeah, we all about stats. Beat the odds, it pays.
This is dollar bets. This is dollar bets.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to episode, what are we, six of the Dollar Bets podcast. It's great to see everybody in here. It's been a weird week. Obviously, the Super Bowl happening this Sunday. Kev, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
Super
Glad to
Bowl
hear.
was kind of a dud, but
Yeah. You know, those are the worst Super Bowls because there's nothing to really look at. I mean, obviously, we hit some of our bets and everything like that, but this is the reason why I wanted the Rams mostly in the Super Bowl because it was just like obvious how to attack each team, but there's more emphasis on like New England and the Ram sides because like the Rams, you know where they're going with the football. The Seahawks, you kind
yeah,
of do. It was Walker and JSM, but I think me and you were both on the same path as that JSM was going to get locked out by Gonzalez unless they did like a bunch of screenplays, which is why we were on the
yeah,
Cooper Cup bet.
yep.
But
And pretty much every single straight bet that I gave out, I mean, a lot of them didn't hit, but the ones that hit were all plus. Every single bet that I put out was all plus money that hit. Like, it
yeah,
was honestly insane. And then we ended up making our money back on that one where I told you leading receiver. I said throw a flyer on Mac Hollins at
hmm
plus 1800, and I was leading
lo and
receiver of
behold,
the game.
and I was what one touchdown away from getting first touchdown of the whole game, but it ended up being Barner. So I actually
Oh
went
my
back and
gosh.
like in my mind, like going back and forth between Hollins and Barner, and then like Walker, which Walker was just like the obvious choice, obviously. But I was like, let's go a
Yeah.
little let's go a little different. So on the right path, just got overtaken by it's exactly how you broke the game down of how to attack each team. You attack Seattle with with your tight ends and like your third and fourth receivers, while on Seattle's side to attack New England, you attack that slot area, and then you could also attack that with the run game. I think the run game
Yeah.
for Seattle obviously was top tier, but New England's run defense was a little shaky all year. Um, it got better once I think it was in Milton Williams that came back from injury, but
Yeah.
he obviously gave a boost, but it wasn't as big as I thought. And I think if Bo Nix plays that game again for Denver, you obviously probably see a better game from RJ Harvey because Bo Nix will be throwing the football. Even Winnie Marks was having a good game. I mean, I know he fumbled a couple times in that Houston game, but even Winnie Marks was having some good runs, and then the weather played a factor. And then you can say whatever you want to say about the Chargers, but they're just a train wreck on offense. But uh, in all, the Super Bowl was definitely below what we expected. I think we kind of nailed the game. I think we took the 4.5 because we felt the game was going to be close, but like we just kind of gave like more of the edge to Seattle. Like it was just not going to be, you know, it was if it was
What
either
were
it was
you?
going to be an ass kicking or it was going to be like 3 point game the whole time.
Yeah, and it was more on the ass kicking side. Like I
Definitely.
to be honest with you, I wasn't that surprised when Seattle came out and they were really just having their way with
hmm
the Patriots. Like it didn't shock me at all. Like I'm like, all right, we saw this with Seattle like all year. They're just on like an FU tour. Like we're just gonna win and we're just gonna instill dominance and we're gonna run
hmm
the ball. And, it's just it's one of those things where it's like the Super Bowl comes, and we talked about this before last week, where it's like you got all these plays on your sheet, and you're thinking that it's going to be a regular game, and it's just not. Like, it's
Mhm.
just one of those weird games where you need to find, money in the crumbs, and we did that, but it's just, a lot of like the obvious sometimes just doesn't like JSN, like, didn't he get hurt and then like he came back, or
Yeah, but
like
he
then he
wasn't
was in
effective.
concussion protocol, and then
Mhm,
they were
mhm.
just having him out there. Like, they threw him back out there and they literally just they ran the ball with Kenny Walker. Like they were like I was a sucker because it's like they were baiting you with that George Holani, and it's like, dude, they didn't even use him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was my whole biggest point the week before with the Rams and Seattle game, or in the NFC Championship game. And that was my biggest gripe against on the Rams side. When they saw George Holani in the game, they're throwing the football. They're not going to run the ball with
Yes.
this guy. If it was Charbonnet, it's a
No.
different story because they trust the guy. It's not that they say they don't trust this other guy, but why would I give Halani the football and not Kenneth Walker? And I just, this makes sense of why that, and I think I said this last week how Shula didn't get, his head coaching position, or he bombed the interview because he wasn't able to see stuff like that. And that to me is a bad sign as a defensive coordinator. I think they just have a lot of talent. And I think the guy who runs the show, McVay, is, the main reason why that team is good. But I don't want to get too far off the Super Bowl, but that was like just my biggest gripe about them and how they were just like not aware of what was going on. Meanwhile, yeah,
Yeah.
Seattle on Seattle's side, that was very aware of what was going on. They knew how to win each of those games. San Francisco, they kind of, you could say is not a second buy because it's disrespect to San Francisco, but they when you lose that many guys, it just turns into you're never going to win those games. And
No.
Seattle. So they coasted that game, and then you play the Rams, which is clearly the Super Bowl itself, and you know how to play them. They're your division rivals, and you get up for those games. So and then they had the bye week before the Super Bowl, which actually worked out perfectly for them. Which they if they have a great defense. It's going to be hard for them to keep that together. Of course, next year, you know how these big defenses that are great, they last 2-3 years maybe, and then that's it. People want to get paid, people want to get, traded because something went wrong,
That's
or
true.
so we'll see. I mean, I think going forward, and you know what? Seattle was very lucky because n- neither quarterback played
Uh,
well between Drake May and
no,
Sam.
but no, but I don't think Seattle is gonna take that big of a step back next year. A lot of their guys are young, and a lot of their guys are still on, like, rookie contracts, and, like,
Hmm.
they just draft well. Like, if you
Yeah.
look back at their drafts from, like, the past, like, 3 or 4, John Snyder just knows how to just pick talented players, and the fact that Sam Darnold isn't one of these, like, $50 million a year quarterback, it helps. Like,
Hmm.
he knows his place, he knows his role, and, it'll be let's see what they do with I think they'll re-sign Kenneth Walker. I really do. I
I
think
find
maybe
it
they
hard
need
that
to
they
get
don't.
another.
I find it
Yeah,
hard that they don't.
the only thing, and this is the thing, this is the key thing. I think they would have let him go if Charbonnet never got hurt. Because
Oh, I agree. I agree with that.
you felt the tide shifting with Charbonnet. Like, Charbonnet was the guy. Like, he's bigger
Hmm.
than Walker. He can catch the ball, and he's so much better in the red zone. Like, it's honestly insane. Like, how many times I picked first touchdown scorer in a Seattle game, and it was like Charbonnet, like 9 out of like 16 times. Like, it was honestly insane.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm on that with you because I
mhm.
totally expect the Vikings to just throw money at Kenneth Walker thinking that it'll solve their problems classically, but
Yeah, they'll swap and be like, oh no, yeah, well, now we got Walker, and
yeah,
you guys
only
get
for Kevin
Darnold later
O'Connell
on.
never to use them, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, listen,
but
I blame whatever on the Vikings on the GM. I don't blame Kevin O'Connell. I think it was the GM that fucked
so
him
I
over.
I do too. So I don't like Kevin O'Connell. I think he's a good coach. I don't think he's this amazing everyone sucks him off coach because I watch more Minnesota Viking games than obviously the next person because I think there's like 6 fans in this whole world. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's so brutal because I watch these games and I watch these dumb play calls and I watch these dumb schemes that he puts, and I'm like, dude, like the answer's there. The obvious answer's there. You just run the football on 3rd and 1. Run the you trade it for a fourth rounder for a running back who literally all he does is fall forward and he doesn't use them. So it was crazy. I agree with you on that, and we'll talk more about the off season probably in the next couple of weeks, maybe like the week
Hmm.
before March Madness or something like that once free agency opens. But to stay
Yeah.
on the
Draft
game,
time and stuff.
exactly, yeah. To stay on the game itself, I'm in agreement with you. It was kind of boring. 7.5 punts, I think, cashed within like 10 minutes in the second quarter, and
Yeah. It was insane.
DraftKings just waited till like 1 a.m. to pay me. I don't understand why.
That's crazy.
You can't take punts
Oh
away.
my god.
I just didn't understand it. Like they paid me out for Cooper
And
Cup, who can lose 50
yeah.
yards. I mean, it's more likely that he's not, but he can lose
Yeah,
yards.
when you have guaranteed money and legit, like if there's 8 punt, they're not gonna take a punt back.
They're not like.
I mean, I think Ange paid me out faster for the Super Bowl boxes than you got paid out by DraftKings.
Oh my god! I was like sitting there, and I think TJ, who's in the show right now, watching us or listening to us, I should say. You don't want to watch us; we're not that great looking, but
No, that's
listening
what
to
we have
us.
voices for. We have faces for radio.
But even him, because I put the bet in for him, and he was just like, "Oh, did it pay out yet?" Meanwhile, we're at the craps table in Atlantic City, and I'm like, "No, it hasn't been paid out. It's been an hour, still hasn't been paid out." I'm just like, "What
Yep.
in the world is going on?" So, in the game, yeah, the game itself was definitely a dud. I don't see any way. So there was like a little spark moment for New England to get back into it when they scored right after Barner scored, and then they got Seattle go 3-and-out, and then I think they got to like midfield or something like that, and then Drake May just threw a terrible interception.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know.
awful, but then it doesn't help the fact that Will Campbell is probably the worst left tackle in all of football.
I want to give this guy somewhat of a break because he's coming back from a torn MCL in the same season and an injury.
And he's
He's
a rookie.
probably out, and he's a rookie, so maybe
But
he shouldn't be playing left tackle.
yeah, but you don't do yourself any favors, bro. Like before the season starts and you're
Say what
on record saying that if you give up 12 sacks a game, you should go work for Amazon.
And then he
Like
legitimately did it in the Super Bowl.
you don't yeah, like that's why some of these kids, like when they say shit in college, like just
Mhm.
just know it's on the internet forever.
Yeah,
So
always, always,
yeah,
and
I
they
mean,
just keep.
listen,
Mhm.
Seattle's front four, like that front four was honestly amazing. Like Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, who was just, I don't know, he just revived his whole career going to Seattle, and then
So what
Byron
happens when you leave
Murphy.
a New York team in
Well,
football?
yeah, yeah, I know.
But
Byron Murphy, I was almost gonna put him for 2 sacks at like plus like 600, and I didn't. And he didn't get his first sack until like maybe midway through the third quarter, and then he got one immediately right after that again. And I was like, "Damn it!"
well, my favorite bet of the whole thing was the longest kick return being over 35 and a half yards. And literally every field goal, I was like, great, another chance, another chance. Nobody made it past the 25. And literally the last one possible, Travion Henderson runs all the way to the 38-yard line, runs out of
Oh
bounds. And I
yeah,
was just like, oh my God, I cannot believe I just cashed that. And that,
yeah. No,
I
my
was like, come
my
on. Like,
biggest two biggest bets were the Byron Murphy sack and the Matt Collins longest receiver of the game. That was electric because I was like sitting pretty, and then I saw that JSN came back in the game, and he only needed like 10 yards, and I'm like, oh Jesus, I'm like, God, whatever you do, just let them run the ball 80 times,
yep.
and that's what they did. So
And the score probably would have been worse if they didn't call that holding, which I got to say, the officiating, I did not have one problem with it the whole game. I don't think I complained about it. I don't think
yeah,
I was like, that's a terrible call. or anything like that. I was very pleased. The game ran smoothly, and I
Yeah,
know it was just
I
run.
found that kinda cool too. I was
Yeah.
watching it with John, and I looked over at him at one point, and I was like, "Has there even been a flag called?" Like, it felt like the game was just moving so fast because there was
Hmm.
no flags. It was like Seattle was just pounding the rock, like, "Run, run, run," and New England just couldn't stop them. It was like
Yeah.
it was almost kind of like, it just came back to bite them in the ass, like, it crept up on them, like, New England, like, "Alright, now you're actually playing,
Hmm.
a actual playoff team." Like,
Yeah.
granted, Denver's a different team with Bo Nix. Houston is I felt like Houston was just running off of luck. They have a really, really great defense, but CJ Stroud is just an awful quarterback
He's so bad.
from
I
what
don't
I
know why
saw.
D'Amico didn't pull him.
And then the Chargers, it's like Justin Herbert was literally the meme of the guy from SpongeBob where every single bone is broken in his body. And like they just can't do anything on offense. Like that's the one thing that they need to figure that out because I don't understand how a year ago Lad McConkey is the type of receiver he is, and then this year he's just
Yeah, I don't know what
non-existent.
happened with that. That was crazy.
I
'Cause-
honestly think that was the Keenan Allen signing.
Yeah, but he was still balling out in the first 3, 4 weeks of the season, so it's not like he was not
I
doing
know.
anything.
I
So
don't get it. Like,
it was a bad.
and
It was
that's
just
what
bad all around. I think it was just bad all
yeah.
around.
A
But
way too early Super Bowl predictions. Who do you have in the Super Bowl next year?
so I'm gonna go out on a limb. So
Giants?
yeah, right. Uh, I'm gonna stay. I think they might be a playoff team next year, though. The Giants. It depends
Yeah. No,
on.
I think that it's coaching, bro. It's a different
Yeah,
culture. Like,
exactly.
and the NFC is just terrible.
Yeah, I don't. I like Washington, but I think their roster. So what happened with Washington last year? Like when it went all the way to NC Championship game, I think that was more just like a great season because a lot of
Yeah.
guys that they signed were like old veterans, but they just all had like
Yes.
their kind of like you know amazing season or last hoorah kind of thing. And
Mhm.
last year it showed. And last year it showed. I mean, James Daniels. I don't know if he took a step back. I think maybe a little bit, but
He got hurt though.
he got hurt way too many times. Way too many times. And
I think
for
it's
them
just the
to bring him back,
Washington curse.
yeah, it might
Yeah.
be. And the fact that they brought him back in like the last 3 weeks of the season or 4 weeks of the season,
Ugh.
I was just like, what are you doing? Like when the
I
Vikings
had
beat the hell out of him, and I'm like, God, why is he in this game?
I had RG3 flashbacks all over again
Yeah,
when I saw him back in. I was like,
yeah,
"God, get him out."
get him out. Yeah, he's too talented. And he's too good to, risk something that for what reps? Like the guy's played an NFC Championship game. He knows what to do now. Like he's still a
Yeah.
young kid. I get it, but let's get past that. Um, so on the NFC side, obviously Seattle's still going to be up there. Their teams, I don't think their team is really changing outside of Walker. So they'll draft a running
Mhm.
back, and let's see how that goes. But oh well, they might let Walker come back now. That, like you said, with Charbonnet being hurt, so we'll see how that transpires. If Stafford said he's coming back, I still got to put the Rams up there.
Mhm.
Um, you know what? I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Rams for right now.
Mhm.
And on the AFC side, I maybe Denver. If I'm thinking
I had
about
the
it,
Chargers.
I just don't know. I listen. I like the Chargers too. They were actually like the other one I was thinking of, but I like the Mike McDaniel signing a lot, and I really think that's going to change that offense. But the Chargers are always going to
Yeah.
charge her at some point, so that's always just coming back to my mind.
I I like the Chargers, but, like, if this team and it honestly sucks that they had to run into Buffalo in the first round, but I love Jacksonville. Like,
I do too.
if they had a draw where Jacksonville did not have to play Buffalo and Jacksonville had to play, um even if they had to play, like, the Chargers or the Texans, I felt like it would have been Jacksonville versus New England in the second round, and I think Jacksonville would have beaten New England. Jacksonville was just I felt like Jacksonville just ran into Superman, and it just couldn't stop them. And I didn't watch that game. I remember you were telling me that they made some boneheaded plays, but,
Hmm.
I like Jacksonville or the Chargers on the AFC side, and then on the NFC, I mean, I don't know how you can go against Seattle if they bring everybody back. But one team I think is to keep a footnote on is I think Detroit is gonna have a bounce back year. I think they're just too good offensively. I think Dan Campbell just really just tried to like show everybody that he can have an offense without Ben Johnson and whatever. But I think they'll probably try to sign some key defensive guys. They do also have, I think, like the fifth easiest schedule in the NFL next year. So that also helps when you're a good team and you play bad teams. It's
Yeah.
just whoever was in the NFC North is probably going to have a good year because, like, even the Vikings, like, you guys came in last in the division or Detroit?
Detroit did.
Exactly. So Detroit's a really good team, and they finished what, like, just above or below 500. And you're telling me that they got to play the Giants, the Saints, and the Cardinals next year? All right, like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I
saying? Like, it's just when you're a good team and you just fall on an unfortunate path
mhm,
and it's like a minor setback, it's like, okay, we got an easier schedule than, expected. Whereas like you look at like Chicago I think has the hardest schedule in the league next year.
mhm. And
So you're
let's
gonna see what
see if
they're really made of.
let's see if they actually go through their I don't want to say luck because they've just been in every game, but like there's been a lot of comeback wins this year that probably are going to even out next year, if we're being
They
honest.
could. Yeah.
I'm never going to pick
Well,
Green
look at
Bay.
Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well,
Kansas City last well,
I
Kansas
can't.
City last year, bro, won like 14 one-score games. And then this
Hmm.
year, they were on the other side of those. They just didn't win them.
Yeah. No,
So you
I
can kinda say the
agree.
same thing with Chicago.
But that's what I
Like,
feel like Detroit's going to. Go ahead.
they won a fluke game against Cincinnati where Colson Loveland took 150 yards for a touchdown.
They
They
won against
won
Minnesota too.
one against Minnesota. I think they had one against Washington. So it's like,
Yeah.
but granted though, it just goes to show the type of team that they are. They just didn't fold.
Hmm. No, I mean, I think Ben Johnson's a really good coach. So, yeah, well, Andre just said in the chat they beat the Packers in overtime after the Packers dropped the onside kick. I couldn't agree more. That's why I was on Green Bay to win that game. And let's be honest with you, like Green Bay, they should have beaten Chicago in that playoff game. But you can't. They should have, would have, could have. But they're up what 24-3 or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was honestly it was a bloodbath by halftime. Like I'm like, but even then though at halftime I still said in the back of my head I'm like it's the cardiac bears. They've been doing
Yeah.
this all year.
Hmm.
So but yeah,
I.
as of right now, I like Seattle to go back. If they don't lose anybody, bro, it's kind of hard because I feel like they might sign another receiver. I feel like Cooper Cup, they were just like, I don't know, something felt weird after they won. They just kept like panning the camera to him, and it's like, all right, is this dude like gonna be like Adam Thielen now? Like, is he done? Like
Yeah, is he
he's
gonna
just,
retire?
like
Yeah.
he might, yeah. So like they might get like another receiver, and I mean they'll be fine. But if they bring back their whole team again, I don't see a scenario where like they don't go back to the playoffs unless of like injuries happen.
Hmm.
Um, but they were just head and shoulders better than everybody, and I like um their head coach. He was a really good defensive coordinator for Baltimore. I don't know why they let him go, but you know, duty calls.
So I'm gonna write this down because then we can revisit it next year and see if we're even
Sure.
close or like
I like the
they
Giants
just.
to win the NFC East. I'm gonna play that.
That's interesting.
I like them to be honest with you, bro. I just when you hire a head coach like Harbaugh, it just shifts your whole culture around.
Hmm.
Like you go from Ben McAdoo, Pat Shermer, Joe Judge, Ryan Daboll, and then now you got John Harbaugh. Like it's no nonsense time. Like it's not like he's not. I don't think it'll be like a retread head coach situation. Like this dude was
It's
still
John
good with
Harbaugh, dude.
Baltimore,
Yeah, he's still a
and I
good
don't
head
know
coach.
why Baltimore kind of let him go. I get it. It's when shit gets stale, and I feel like a lot of that had to do with Lamar. Like I felt like Lamar was kind of saying like I don't want this guy anymore.
I agree
But
100%.
You know, like I felt like Lamar never really liked Harbaugh to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, I
but
think
yeah,
actually now that I think about it, I think I'm gonna take off from Denver. I'm gonna I'm gonna say Buffalo. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go back to Buffalo.
they need to build around fucking Allen, bro. Like, listen, I would take Buffalo too, but like they gotta have guys that are bigger than 5'8" at wide
Well,
receiver. Like your wide receiver can't be Shakir. Like
okay,
that
so
can't be your
here's
number
my
one
thing.
wide receiver.
Here's my thing. New, 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 new stadium, right? Their brand new stadium
Uh-huh.
this year. What do teams usually do when they get a brand new stadium like that? They go out and they spend as much money as possible to get the best players possible. I don't know what I think the free agent class is kind of ass, if I'm not mistaken, but
I don't think
they
there's
could
anybody really good that's
yeah they could swing a trade for I could easily see them swinging a trade for a big time receiver. I don't know if it's going to fit. I don't know who they're going to go after. They could go after AJ Brown. They could go after any of these disgruntled receivers. But I think they're just going to make something work so that they bring in like hype around them. So I I don't know. It's a weird feeling. Maybe they finally do it. But again, this is February 13th, 2026. We'll revisit this in August.
just
And
saying the Giants are plus 700 to win the division.
no, it's not a bad bet. I wouldn't not
Well,
take
the
that.
Vikings are plus 700 if that makes it any better.
No, that could be plus 5,000 at this point. But
I like the Falcons at plus 400 to win.
I love the Stefanski hire. I'm not a
Listen,
big.
they're plus 400. They're behind the
Uh,
Saints to win the division.
people have. I mean, I like Kellen Moore. And props to him for taking a shitty team and making it I guess respectable. But
Yeah.
the job he did with Tyler Shaw this year was phenomenal. And well, I'm interested to see what they do in the offseason to give him some kind of weapons. And because let's be honest, we all thought Alave was going to be an afterthought in fantasy, and he was anything but that.
Yeah, he was actually pretty good for me in my league this year.
Hmm.
Like, and I got him in like the 12th round or some shit like that.
Yeah. So
Because you didn't know what you were gonna get with the Saints.
no, I mean, you thought you were going to get like complete like disaster if we're being honest, because
Hmm.
of who they had at quarterback with Rattler, and we didn't know what Kellen Moore really was going to be. But as the season went on, hey, he switched over to Shaw. I mean, they drafted him for a reason. Did a good job. I got to give him a lot
Hmm.
of credit, and I'm actually interested to see what they signed this offseason, and then who they how he's going to keep building this kid because he's got guts. This kid, he has no fear whatsoever of just throwing the football.
No.
So, all right, well, now that the NFL season is over, sadly, because you know that's just the way life goes. It just sunset will come back up tomorrow. But
Hmm.
let's move on to what I believe everybody's ready for in March Madness. Um, we got conference games this weekend, right? I mean, I'm gonna deter to you a little bit here because I don't know the full blown schedule.
Yeah.
So if you want to take it away to rip
Right
off this
now
thing,
there's 4 prime matchups this weekend. Like, if you don't have anything and you want to just stay at home, this is a good Saturday to watch. Um, Kansas, Iowa State is at 1 o'clock. 9 versus 5. Kansas is coming off that big win. Iowa State is just a really like gritty team. Like I think Iowa State's like 7.5 point favorites in this game. Um, I kind of like that just because I don't think again Kansas's best player. I don't know what the hell's going on with this kid, this Darren Patterson. He's just not. He's just not playing. Like I don't know.
like just
I
sitting
don't
on
know
the bench
why.
not playing, or like
No, no, like the like claiming like he has like an illness or an injury or something like that, but it's like weird because it's like he's the best player and like he's the best player like I think by far. Like if he were to go in the NBA draft, I think he would go top 3. And like every big game that they've won this year, he hasn't played in it. so, so
That's
it's
weird.
like, yeah, it's honestly insane. Like the last game that they played against, he wasn't in it. Um, Florida versus Kentucky. That's going to
Did he
be a
play
good game.
against
I
Arizona?
love. No, he didn't, and that was the game that they won.
That's crazy. This kid just
And
doesn't want to play.
no, I don't know why. And not for nothing, off topic right now. Wisconsin is belt to ass right now on Michigan State. Like they just went on like a 15-0 run.
Oh, I just
Did not for
checked it.
nothing. I gave out Wisconsin plus 2.5. Um, but Florida and Kentucky, dude, this Florida team, I don't know. Every time I watch them, I'm like, this team is going to repeat again. Like they're 14th in the nation. I think they can creep up, but dude, like that is one team that if you are on that bracket and they're like a 4 seed, you do not want to see them on your side. Like they have so much potential again. It's not even funny. And I think they have like this freshman center that's like 7'5". Like he's like honestly insane.
Oh my god. The guy in
Yeah,
Florida,
it's
right?
and he like yeah, he moves like Wemby too. Like he's all these kids now that are like above 7 feet. They're all like limber and flexible, and they're not like running down the field or running down the court like Zach Edey or whatever.
God, Sagini.
Texas Tech is playing Arizona. I think Arizona. It's 9.5. I think Arizona might beat them like 20. I like Texas Tech too, but I just think Arizona's just going to come out the gate and just
Where is that game?
beat
Is
the
it in
piss out of
Arizona?
them. It's in Arizona.
Yeah, what's the
It's
spread?
only 9.5.
Uh,
Um,
I don't know if I want to do that.
I might, if I don't take the 9.5, I might just take Arizona's team total. I think that they're just gonna just score ungodly amount of points. It's 155 the over, so you're thinking that they have them probably around like an 85-ish range for points. So
Hmm.
I would take their team total over. I know there's another game that was good too. I gotta find it again.
Am I taking the over in this Kentucky Florida game though?
Uh, yeah, I would. Just because Florida has even if you're not like confident in Kentucky, putting up points, Florida has the capabilities of dropping 100. So you really just need Kentucky to drop 60, and you're good.
I'm trying to look at
Florida.
the thing I showed you about the totals and the over unders and their records against
Oh
it,
yeah, that one
and
app, right?
yeah, and
Another sneaky good play I like this weekend too. It might be crazy. I like Ohio State money line. Um, Ohio State money line over Virginia. Virginia's ranked 15th. They're going into Ohio State. Um, Ohio State's actually been playing really good as of late. They just beat somebody a couple weeks or a couple days ago. Who it was? I'm looking it up now. I was watching the game the other night.
well, Michigan had. I know Michigan had a good comeback against what's his name the other day. They were down by
They
like
beat
15 or
USC.
16.
Yeah,
Yeah, was it
yeah,
USC?
they beat USC.
Ohio
Well,
State.
Ohio
Yeah, Ohio State did. Yeah, you're right.
State they beat US
Okay. Who the fuck did Michigan beat the other day?
both times. I mean, uh,
Northwestern. Thank you, Andre.
yeah, Northwestern.
Yeah, they were down by like
I
20, I
think
think, at one point. All right. Well, so for what I'm looking at, all right. So tomorrow's a big
so went
day.
up though,
I think I lost you
dude. There's. Can you hear me?
somewhat. If you want to pop out and go back in, do it.
All right.
I'll hold it down for right now. Uh,
It might just be my computer.
oh, you, all right. You're good. You think you're good?
Yeah, I think I'm fine. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. I think it just might have been one of the tabs I had open was trying to like run like a ad or some shit like that.
Yo, stop watching that stuff, bro.
Yeah, right. I got stop getting
Uh,
mace on my computer.
all right. So tomorrow's a big day, obviously, with college basketball. A lot of big matchups. When's the conference like full blown tourneys? Is it start tomorrow or is it like 2 weeks from
Conference?
now?
No. Conference tournament starts 2 weeks from now. So you have the. I know for a fact that the Atlantic Sun is playing on March 4th. I know the Big South is playing on March 4th just
Hey,
because
happy birthday to me.
I'm a sicko, and I watch uh, those. I think there's another one. Yeah, the Horizon League starts on the 2nd. So we literally have 2 weeks away. And then, not for nothing though, it's conference tournament in 2 weeks. But next Saturday,
Mhm.
we have, I believe it's I'm trying to look here. I know
The Big
next
East?
Saturday there's two games. No. Next Saturday there's two games that are just like marquee. Like I'm gonna park in front of the television and probably watch them. Um
Oh, Arizona Houston's one of them.
Arizona versus Houston is one of them. And then the other one is Michigan against Duke.
Oh, two crap teams. Lovely.
Well, you're getting like a Final Four matchup, right? Like you're getting like
Oh, you
literally
really
like
are. Holy Jesus. Like 1 versus 3, 2 versus 4.
you're
That's
literally
awesome.
getting yeah, like you're getting like a Final Four. Like that's every one seed right now playing like next week, and it's like awesome because it's like this Saturday before we start like
Really
conference
diving.
tournament, like starting to
Yeah.
build it up and stuff like that.
Yeah. I
So
also
I can't
want
wait. It's honestly my favorite week.
to. I know. I remember from last year, believe me. Um,
Oh,
yeah, but listen, like I love this. I love the college basketball scene, all that. I got to tell you, I cannot wait for March Madness, mainly because I cannot wait to watch teams that are good and watch fans in the stands and not six people just clapping. And I got to hear the lady in the
oh,
15th row cheering on her son, and I'm like, shut up, no one wants to hear you. Like just,
that
I'm
was
like, I'm
that was the
sweating
other
out.
night. I was watching
Yeah,
Jacksonville versus Stetson. I'm watching Jacksonville. I couldn't even tell you where the hell Stetson is, but I'm watching that game and there's four people in the stands. I'm like, why am I the other night I was watching Houston Baptist against I think it was like Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And bro, Houston Baptist was playing in a gymnasium where the bench was chairs and the stands were on the camera side and there's just a white wall behind the players. I'm like, what are we playing in this CYO?
it's
Like it's
honestly,
honestly insane.
it's hysterical. And first of all, the commentators, and I know they're probably just kids or whatever, just trying out and
Bro, it's
making
like
it.
us calling a basketball game.
Yeah, I can't believe people tolerate us on a podcast, and now they're gonna tolerate us on a commentary like this. It's so bad, but like you laugh and it's funny as hell. But
But that's why I love college basketball.
oh, I don't blame you one bit. Definitely don't blame you one bit
Like
because
a technical institute is leading the I want to say it's the A10 and New Jersey Tech. New Jersey Tech is winning a conference right now. And
I might
usually
be
that's conference is run by Vermont.
okay.
Wow,
Okay,
Wisconsin is like deadly.
it's just murdering them. What's the score?
Dude, they're 9 of 15 from 3. It's 39-27.
The fact that it's only 39-27. Oh no, I might have to take Michigan State live. I thought
Well, the
they
guy
were
just
up
got
by.
fouled shooting a 3.
I thought you were saying that they were up by like 25, and
Well, they were at one point. They went on like a 15-0 run and then like Michigan State hit like 2 threes,
yeah,
you
Michigan
know.
State's plus 185 right now.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not.
well, they're the top 10 in the nation, so like it's not like they're like a slouch of a team.
Mm,
I just hate Tom Izzo. I
That
I
one
don't know
time
what it is about Michigan State. I don't know what it is about Michigan State. Every time I watch them play, I'm like, they win every game 70-60.
You're
Or
gonna put this
like
Loyola. You're gonna
it's
put this
just the
Loyola
most
game on.
boring. Oh yeah, shit, I forgot
It's
about
already
that game.
3-3 a minute in, so the
Christ.
live line's up to 75.5, so that's good.
Well, let's hopefully it keeps going because
I'm gonna wait for it to
right
come
now I
back
gotta.
down, and I'm gonna take them with you.
Yeah, I got everybody that's in here right now. I have a big bet on the first half over in that game. And why can I not find this game? Isn't it on TV?
Is it on TV? I'll look right now for you. Hold on. What's the matter? You don't want to watch the NBA All Star Celebrity Game?
No, I don't want to watch Drewski shoot up threes.
It is. It's on ESPN too. Oh, they got an
Oh,
ESPN
here it
game.
is. Yeah, okay.
Damn.
Listen, Loyola Chicago, put some respect on their name. You know, that old lady died, but I mean they're trash. St. Louis is really good though.
I was like, St. Louis is like
They
23 to
got
1.
oh, they got oh, that's right, I forgot. What's it St. Louis, they have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Not Kareem, Cream, Cream. You see the kid with the big goggles?
There's no way that's his name.
Dude, you have to look it up. His nickname is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
All right, I think I'm done with college basketball. That's crazy.
Bro, that kid, he was like awesome last year. I think he played for
Oh my God, he's white.
yes, bro, he's so good. He played for like Colgate or some shit like that last year. He was like really good. He's a baller.
Oh,
He's like
that's
one
the
of those
same
kids that you see.
guy. Oh my God, yes, you're right.
Yes. Dude, he like transferred, but like he's like really good. He's like one of those dudes that you see in like the pickup basketball games at like the YMCA, and you're like, oh, okay.
You like go in, you're like, oh, I could dunk on this guy, and he just rejects you out of left field. And you're like, all right, never mind.
He's gonna be the old dude shooting free throws when like the place is about to close.
So we're just working on my craft.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, hit
all
that,
right.
please.
That's off. I think I gotta come back down
Yeah,
and
well,
grab another one. But well, whatever. All right, so
James
TJ
thinks he
James.
could dunk. Listen, I'll go on record, and I've been on record saying this. James is the most athletic fat man I've ever seen.
This has been said multiple times.
I mean,
Gotta
he
prove it.
has the nickname
Salsa hips.
Salsa Hips for a reason.
Yeah, it's salsa
Yep.
hips. All right, so
I'm most likely I will have a big card for tomorrow.
yeah, me too.
I am going to give out. I'm going to give out like maybe 5 best bets. And I will have a big card. It'll be in my volume channel. Just because we're getting
Juan,
into
your sister's
that.
ass. I'm 5'3". Fuck out of here.
Now we're getting to that time now where it's just we gotta just start turning it up. Like the 3 best bets is good throughout the week, but on Saturdays,
On the weekends,
like,
yes, I agree. I agree.
we gotta just try to
Listen, man,
play it smart.
I don't mind it. I don't mind the 3 during the week because I just want profit. I don't care if it's half a unit, 1
Oh no,
unit,
yeah, I know.
0.45 units. I don't care. That's what I want. I just
Yep.
want more money in the bank as we keep going.
Yeah.
That is it.
Well, I went 20-13 this past week, so it's a little bit of a profit. And then last night, dude, UT Martin, man. Oh, I was watching that game and I went to bed so pissed because I had them money line. I had them at plus 1.5,
hmm
and then I unclicked it and I put money line, and they lost by 1 because they gave up the guy let the guy just go right down the lane, hit a layup with 4 seconds left, and I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? How do you not punch that guy in the mouth? Like, make him go to the line. Like,
Yeah, make them
seriously.
earn it. Make them earn it.
Yeah, but it's whatever. What are
Yeah,
you gonna do?
so I'm with you. Tomorrow I'm gonna have, probably 5 bets, at least best bets, couple of locks in there. But then
Yeah.
also I'm hitting one of these damn um boost builder bets. I swear to you, I swear to everybody in this chat, I am hitting one of those. Those 10,
Oh,
11.
yeah,
Yeah,
the step bet.
the
Yeah,
steppy. And yeah, last week it was two. The week before that it was two. The week before that was bad. The week before that was one. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. So be on those
yeah.
things. Don't bet like crazy because there's a reason why those things are plus 3,000, plus 4,000. But half a unit, low unit, I don't care. I'm hitting one of those. I guarantee it. I always have one every year, and I've gotten close now, and I just feel it. And if it's not tomorrow, it's going to be next Saturday. If it's not next Saturday, it's going to be the Saturday after that. One of these weekends. So don't
Or
miss
it's
out
when
on
we're
that, please.
down in AC watching March Madness.
Yeah. But all right.
Well,
So
barring the sprinkler system going off in this George Washington game, I think I have this one down as a lock.
sprinkler.
They're up by 20 with 5 minutes left. The only thing that could ruin this right now is if the sprinkler system goes off, somebody pulls the fire alarm, or a bomb threat goes off in that stadium.
Jesus, don't say that. So all
Just
right. So before we
stupid
get out
shit.
of here, before we get out of here, let's talk a little baseball. As you know, season's pulling up soon. World Baseball Classic's gonna pull up soon. Um,
Pittsburgh
in
Pirates
term
over 85 and a half wins.
85. There's no way you hit 85 and a half. You're not hitting 85 and a half.
85,
Would you?
85 and a half.
What
85 and a half.
is that? What it's set at?
85 and a half.
It's not set at that.
N- No, it's probably set at like 70.
I mean, if it's 70, I'll take it then because they're always good for 75 wins. But just like a brief preview, and then we'll tackle it more once, probably in the middle of the WBC.
76.
76. That's
Hmm.
that's right there. That is right there.
No, I know.
Yeah, I might take it. I might take it with you. A brief preview. I'm gonna go right now. Prediction. Obviously, the Dodgers in the NL. Uh, in the American League,
The
I,
Yankees.
I'm not gonna say the Yankees because the Yankees are not the same. They're soft. They're a soft bunch. They don't. You get bitch slapped by Toronto. Get bitch slapped by Boston. Get bitch slapped by Seattle. You get bitch slapped by Detroit. All these years, like it's not happening. The only thing they have going for is that the AL is not as good as the NL.
Well, then they
But
get Garrett Cole coming back.
yeah, what does that mean? Like, let's be honest. Like, you're expecting this guy to be the exact same at 37 years old from Tommy John surgery. Like, that's asking a lot from this guy. He's not going to be
True.
he's not going to be good the first couple of months. Or actually, no, reverse
When does
that.
he
He'll be good
officially
the
like
first.
come back?
He's not even
Is
going
he
to be
like back
available at
like
the beginning of the
opening
year.
day?
No, I think he's
Yeah.
coming back in like May. Same thing with Rodon and Freed's fine. I think there's somebody else who's not coming back until like May, but they it's just the same team. Nothing is different. The problem is every year when they get into the postseason, their offense crumbles. They finally got a good year from Judge in the playoffs, and they still could not win. They got bitch slapped by the Blue Jays. I don't think the Blue Jays are going to be the same team like they were last year, but
No, didn't the Blue Jays just sign somebody that just got hurt? Like
no,
he's out for like 5 months.
it's Santander, but they had him last year, and he did the same shit.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he's never healthy. That guy. I don't know why they signed him, but
Hmm.
like, let's run through their biggest threat is Boston. I think Boston has done a good job, but losing Bregman hurts more than people think. But they have a lot of young
Yeah.
kids. A lot of these kids are going to come up and play a lot. Roman Anthony's good. I forgot the other kid's name right now. It's eluding me, but he's also good. And they just they seem to know what they got. Suarez, they got Sonny Gray, and those are not end all be all guys. But their problem was the middle to back end of the rotation last year, and now they got guys to fill that role. They have to add a
Yeah.
couple of bullpen guys too. So let's
Yep.
see. I want to see. I want to see how they kind of materialize. But that's, I think, the Yankees' biggest threat. Baltimore can't pitch to save their life. I'll be
No.
very shocked if Toronto does the exact same thing as they did last year. Tampa Bay is always just a thorn in the ass because you'll get
Yeah.
four guys you've never heard of, and then all of a sudden they hit 350, and you're just like, where did these guys come from? So,
Yeah, that's true.
and from the like for the Central, I guess you could say the Tigers. Cleveland's always there at the end somehow, but they're never as good as people think they are. The White Sox suck.
No, Minnesota sometimes comes up.
Yeah, but Minnesota. Well, Minnesota
Minnesota,
did.
like, is there like every 4 years.
Yes, but they did exactly what they should have did last year, and they got a lot
True.
of crap. They got a lot of crap for for trading who they traded, but they have not won with those guys. They have not even gotten close with these guys. The
No.
Durants, the Correas, and Correa is a good postseason player, which was actually at the time when they got him a good signing. But all these other guys that they had, it just never worked for them. I mean, it's classic Minnesota sports, but it just never works for them. So they did
Yeah.
exactly what they needed to do: tear that crap down and restart. Get as many prospects as you could. And you never know what's going to happen with it. And I understand, like, trading. You want to be relevant, but at the same time, they're not winning. They've gone through this millions of times. If they play the Yankees, it's all automatically over. It doesn't even matter. The Twins could have the
Yeah.
best players in baseball. They're still going to lose somehow to the Yankees. Don't understand how that happens,
It's just
but
they
it's just
they just
automatic.
it's every year. Yep. Right
So
now they have the lines for the Yankees. They have the Mets 90.5 wins, and they have the Yankees at 91.
I think I'd exactly, if the Mets got another starting pitcher, I would easily take the over. I think they could still
Mhm.
hit that number, but I still think they need one more pitcher. Or if one of these other kids that they come up like Jonah Tong, and if McLean does exactly what he did last year, then I could definitely see them hitting that number. The Mets offense is going to be better than it was last year, and I know the
Really?
only thing I
Without
miss,
Alonso?
I only miss Pete. I don't care about Nimmo. Nimmo was not as good as everyone thinks he was. He kind of deteriorated, and each year he just got worse and worse and worse. So
Mhm.
I the way the offense is built now compared to last year was, yeah, they hit a lot of home runs, but everyone struck out. There was no contact on the baseball. There was um, no clutch hitting. The only one who had clutch hitting was Pete in the first 2 months, and that was it. And whenever they had a chance to with Soto with a clutch moment, they either walk him or just throw him dirt, and hopefully he just swings at it, and he feels like he's got to hit a home run every time he comes up at bat. And he finally, towards the end of the year, started to get to like exactly who Juan Soto is. But Bichette
Yeah.
bats 300 every year, bats 350 with runners in scoring position. Jorge Polanco, his biggest problem is that he can't stay healthy. He bats 300, bats 260, bats 350 with runners in scoring position. They have guys who are tough and built for those kind of moments now in this lineup. And you automatically have to think Luis Robert's going to be better than he has been the last 2 years with the White Sox because he's finally on a team that has a chance to win every day, and he's out of Chicago. Chicago's a dump.
The White Sox were just fucking terrible last year.
Yes, absolutely awful. So I think they could be. I want more pitching because you can never go bad, but you can never go wrong with more pitching. Uh it's between obviously them and Phillies and the Braves. I feel like the Braves will get a bounce back from what they were last year. The Phillies, they're the same team. Nothing's kind of changed with them, and they're all a year older. JT Realmuto,
Mhm.
Harper. I mean, Harper's still good, but Alec Boehm, all these guys are another year older. So it's like, what do you really like? You got to the World Series a couple years ago. That was probably your peak. That was your peak. And every year you're making the playoffs, but you're losing terribly in the first round, whether it be to the Mets, the Dodgers, or I forgot what, I think it may have been the Dodgers again. But I don't,
Yeah.
that's as far as I go. Like, I see the ceiling being higher for the Mets than I do the Braves and the Phillies. but the floor for the
Mhm.
Phillies is higher than the Mets, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I think I'm just gonna. I don't really like. I'll watch baseball. I'm not like big into it like how I used to be. But I think the safest bet, and I said this last year or like the end. It's just the Dodgers are just gonna win, and we're gonna
Yeah,
have a lockout next year. So I'll just play the Dodgers at plus 230 and get them at plus money now while I still can.
yeah, I don't blame you. And we got to be honestly, and I say this to everybody who enjoys baseball, please enjoy the hell out of this baseball season. There's possibility that we're not going to get baseball for two
No, there
years,
ain't no
and I,
possibility.
no, no, no,
We're
no, no,
not
you,
getting baseball next year.
no, no, you're not listening to what I'm saying. There's a possibility we're not getting baseball for 2 years.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying there's definitely
There's
we're
definitely
not
no
getting baseball
baseball
next
next
year.
year. I would be
Yep.
shocked if they came to an agreement. If they did, hell yeah. Maybe a shortened season, I don't care. But there are already talks, and there's some guys I follow on Twitter, and you can't always gauge the truth from these guys, but what they're talking about, they're not even talking about 2027. They're talking about 2028 not being a season, and that's
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, that all stems on if they can get an agreement done.
Yeah, but the thing is, like the fact that you even have to that you think next year is already a foregone conclusion. There's no baseball. That next year that you're already thinking about the year after that about potentially being no baseball. That's bad. You need to run
Yeah.
your business differently because you're going to kill the sport. There's nothing that goes on between June and the middle of August until football starts up. That is their sacred ground.
Mm.
That's where everybody comes to the ballpark. Everybody watch the games. Their ratings go through the roof during those times. And now you're going to take that away, and you're going to expect these guys to come back? Nah, nah. I have a hard time,
Yeah.
especially in this day and
Well,
age with these kids with the attention span of like nothing. They're not going to. No,
at
I
least we'll
don't
have the
think they'll.
Little League World Series.
Yeah, you'll have more people watching that.
Well, that
Uh,
and I'm gonna try to see if I can find some good systems. To be honest with you, I don't know if it's just me because I just love college sports more, but I liked watching college baseball last year a lot. I found myself watching a lot of SEC college baseball.
Yeah, my buddy was
They're
telling me at work, he was like, college baseball is like, where it's at now. And I was like, really?
Yeah, I really like it. Yeah, I like watching SEC. Good just because the teams are a lot better, like LSU, Arkansas, Georgia, Mississippi State, Ole Miss. Like they just have way more MLB ready prospects on those teams, so it makes the quality of the games better.
Yeah.
And then when you look at like odds for like futures, like you'll see like 6 of the top 10 teams are from the SEC. So I'm probably gonna dive into a lot of college baseball this year.
Yeah. Let me know what you find because the only thing you can only play it in New Jersey anyway. So
Now
classic,
you can
right?
play it in New York.
You can't wait. What? Did they change that rule?
Yeah, college baseball. Yeah, bro. I was playing it last year. You can do college baseball in New York.
Slap my ass and Coley Sampson. Jeez. No, this was
I
not
t-
a.
yeah, dude. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing 2 years ago, but it was a thing last year.
I did not know that. Wow. I just
Hmm.
automatically thought it
Yeah, I
was a
was taking
foregone
some overs.
conclusion. Holy. Oh, it's very
No.
minimal market. Okay, I see what they're doing here. It's just
Yeah,
run
like they're
line,
only
money
doing
line,
like it's run line, money line. It's not like they're doing like
over unders.
alternate or
Yeah.
whatever. Well, no, they do some over unders, but they
Yeah.
don't do like the whole like bells and whistles of everything, like how college basketball is.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's get on out of here. Thank you everybody for joining in. Um,
Yeah.
let's have a good night tonight. Let's have a good great weekend this weekend, and let's hit some bets. Thank you for everybody for joining. Everybody who's been talking in the chat, really appreciate it. If you can, you
Yep.
know, push us out there on social media, that would be great too. I would like to get to Discord
Oh,
as
and we're
much as possible.
also trying to get to 50 subscribers. I'm gonna make a YouTube account. I made a Twitch account already. Big things are coming for March Madness. I would love to get 50 subscribers on YouTube so we can go live and live stream. We're probably going to be live streaming me on Twitch, but the YouTube right now is the biggest market that we have to conquer. So
Yep.
I would just love all the support from everybody, all 40 members. Go like and subscribe. I'm gonna make the account probably sometime this week. I'll post it in the Discord, so this way you can have the link to go there and follow it and subscribe. But yeah, man, let's win every bet tomorrow.
Yep. Let's keep climbing. Thank you, everybody. Again, without you guys, this is not possible. So appreciate it.
Yep.
Talk to you guys soon. And let's keep balling
See ya.
out, boys. Later.